So are you out of Silver Lions? If this is the case, I got you covered. I will show you how I farm Silver Lions so you can do it too. So without any further ado, let's jump into it.
Grind, pain, joy.
If you wanna use your Silver Lion boosters effectively without wasting them, then you have the game mode for that, and it's none other than playing mid-tier Navy.
What did he say?
Yep, you heard me right. And specifically at BR 5.3 is the golden sweet spot, because if you obtain a light cruiser, you can pretty much obliterate most of the enemy team, specifically destroyers.
That's a lot of damage.
To get till 5.0 took me without any premium maybe 4 to 5 days, playing only a few hours a day, so it wasn't really hard to get there. I'm making a fortune by playing Navy, yet not stressing myself about my boosters, if it's gonna be wasted or not, because even if I barely do anything, I'm still getting a lot of money. I can't talk about other nations much, but I picked Germany because of the Bismarck, because I want to own it one day.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
I'm not an expert in Navy, yet I'm still having a blast playing it, so it is the best part. Playing Navy is super relaxing. Also, I'm playing in arcade and still getting tons of Silver Lions, which is surprising, because usually arcade doesn't pay well in other game modes. Before we start, it is important to have the right settings to make your Navy experience better.
Oh my god.
So the thing you should change are the following ones. Lock target. With this you can manually lock onto any seeable vessel. It is really important to have because you can swap between targets, which is really useful. Highlight projectile fall point. Put it on yes. This is only available in arcade, but it is useful because it tells you where you are aiming, hitting or missing. The next one is automatic target lock off. If you have this on, the game will automatically lock onto targets, which will mess up your game, so we don't need that. But if you wanna deep dive into naval game mode even further, then check this fellow out, Rogue Flame Haze. I learned from him the basic too. Anyway, so about my personal Wildpeasant method is to get a light cruiser, possibly something with a big caliber gun, at least 120-150mm guns, which can hurt even up to your heavy cruisers. For this job, if you pick Germany as your nation, Köln and Leipzig will be perfect choice. And don't put anything higher than 5.3 in your loadout, because you will face battleships more often, and well, those are tough nuts to crack. And for servers I usually pick Europe and the US region for my games, and to me it finds matches quite fast. Once you are in the game, I recommend you to wait a little until it starts, because sometimes the game spawns you at front of everyone, so the whole enemy team will focus on you with all of their firepower, which isn't what we want. Fuck! You want to lurk behind the scenes as much as possible. If you have the Köln just randomly spam a few torpedoes into the direction of their spawns, I usually take a huge turn to unload both sides of torpedoes. Then your primary targets are destroyers and everything smaller than that, and use this type of shell for it. While this shell is good for heavier armored ships, but most of the time this one is perfect against anything else. If it's arcade, you don't really have to think how to aim, just click on the target where you want to land your shots and it's done. Of course, not all players are bots or beginners, so there will be some people who will try to outmaneuver your incoming shells, but if you see someone who moves like crazy, just swap to an easier target. Don't waste time in shells on people who are on hardcore defense. Also, if you want to boost your evasive maneuver skills, then just change your speed frequently, especially when someone is shooting at you. Personally, I just start to go left and right and hit full reverse. With that, your ship immediately starts to slow down, so the rest of the incoming barrage of shells will miss you. After you are slowed down enough, just go on full speed again so you can mess with your opponent's accuracy. Also, going backward by using smokescreen is a great tool to hide yourself for several seconds. It can help you to run away from enemy players. Anyway, ships before the Köln and Leipzig are also great, but you truly benefit from 5.3 because you can destroy anything in down tiers while you're still dangerous in up tiers. Your ship's performance are about the same at all circumstances. I personally tried higher tiers too, but from 6.0 it felt quite unbalanced, especially when you are facing up tier ships with insane armor and guns which can pretty much one-tap you quite easily. Around 5.0 there aren't any big guns which could possibly one-shot you. Of course, rare occasion it happens, but not really common if you're playing as a light cruiser. Anyway, just to show you how insanely effective this method is, let's take a look of my all-time realistic battle tab and select Silver Lions.
Oh my god, bro.
3.6 million with the T44 with almost 700 matches. The T80 BVM also got 3 million Silver Lions with 400 matches, and the T T-72 got 2.6 million Silver Lions with 380 matches. Now let's check my all-time arcade tab. The Köln got 2.3 million Silver Lions but with 57 matches. The Leipzig almost got 2 million with just 50 matches. The rest doesn't really matter in arcade because in general I don't play much arcade outside of Navy, but if we check my 6.0 heavy cruiser, it perfectly shows how damn good that 5.3 spot is. So if I multiply my Köln games to match the T-44, then I would get roughly 26 million Silver Lions for the same amount of matches, and it is just one ship. If I count both ships, I would get around 46 million Silver Lions, since both are used in the same BR, so it is quite a good combination, I would say. Well, about crew points, I'm not really a top tier Navy guy, but in my experience these skills are very important, because these will ensure your ship will survive longer, repair faster, and maintains combat effectiveness even after losing crew members.
I am under the water. Please help me here too.
But anti-air accuracy and torpedo awareness are also good picks, because those torpedoes may be slow as fuck, but while you are busy fighting with other ships, it can surprise you.
Oh God, no!
And well, if you notice them too late, then it can one-shot you, so be aware. One thing what I don't have but I wish I had is coastal ships. You know, these things have a different and usually closer spawn points to the objectives. So with these you could possibly cap a point before you swap to a light cruiser, and you could possibly make even more money by doing that. Even though I don't have them, I'm still having a blast with my light cruisers, so if you don't want to grind them out, it's not a big deal. So that's it, here is a gameplay to show you step by step how I do. So let me guide you through this. First I spawn with a light cruiser. Primary targets are destroyers with the SAP BC shell. While I'm hammering the incoming destroyers within optimal range, I also heading toward to point A. One side note is that to reach the objective with a big ship like this are usually fatal, so it is really depend on the opposition and the map layout if I can reach the objective or not. Just as I mentioned earlier, light cruisers are also deadly against light cruisers, so if you're out of hostile destroyers, target those as well. Barely, but I managed to reach the objective, so now I will try to deal as much damage as possible until I'm within the objective, since I can't really move out from this spot and I'm most likely gonna die here. Same as always, bully the smaller ships. Okay, not a bad first round, 2800 score. The next one is the Köln. Same thing, target incoming destroyers. I'm swapping between targets because with this you can surprise players, and if you are lucky you can ammo detonate them. Launching some torpedoes randomly at point C, bully their destroyers until they run out of them. Also, here I'm trying to get to point B. As you can see, torpedoes are slow, but it can be troublesome. But I saw them in time and I managed to evade them. But these fast torpedoes totally caught me off guard. This time I'm aiming to reach their objective at C, and while advancing there, as I told you, bully their destroyers and light cruisers as much as possible. Now I'm facing a heavy cruiser, and well, light cruisers can deal with heavy cruisers, but normally not in a 1-on-1 scenario. Still, I'm doing my best to reach the objective in one piece, but in the heat of battle I couldn't stop right into the objective. I could neutralize it, but it would be nice if I could cap it too. But again, 2k score, not a bad run. For this match I used a 75% Silver Lion boost, and well, get a lot of money for this single match. So that's it, I hope this guide will help you to stabilize yourself financially within the game. Anyway, if you wanna see more content like this, leave a like, comment and sub for more. Have a good one and see you in my next video. Bye!